you gotta get over. You gotta learn how to like. And a way to do that is pre-think what you want to talk about. Like I was saying earlier, I listen to people talk, and you just, you know, when ideas come to you, write them, put them somewhere, put them in your phone or whatever. Just put your ideas down. Put down, you know, start to pre-write records before you even get the track. Sometimes that's what I do.
Well, yeah, time-wise, how long do you think? Okay, you get an idea, you do the song. Now you have it in your head, you have it down how you're gonna do piano, guitar, whatever, or just beat. Now you have a vocalist, let's say, that you want to do it. You probably have a stack of vocalists you think it'll be maybe right for certain types of songs. And then you get them to demo the song. When you finish the song and you say, okay, I got this, how long does it take before it's done? That the demo singer's done it and everything and it's ready to pitch? Time-wise, average.
I'm not sure I understand the question. How long does it take you to
once you have
lay the demo down?
Once you finish it, wherever you're doing it, for the song structure, the verse, the chorus, and everything, you have it to present, let's say, to a singer to do.
Okay.
How long before you get that together? Before you get the singer in to do it and get the song done? Like
try to do it.
Rental session itself.
Oh, try to do it as quick as you can so you don't lose interest in the record. Like, if you always have a male vocalist, female vocalist, always have somebody that can sing and then somebody that can sing. Because every record you don't have to have, you know what I'm saying? Like, just know, like, if you're doing I can't say the name, but if you're doing a record for this person, and you know that person, get your demo vocalist, get them to do that record. And try to do it, when you write the record, try to record it, okay, now I understand the question. Try to record it immediately so that the arrangement of the record, how you hand it in your head, you don't lose that time in between. Because if you come back, I like to, if I write a record, I like to cut the record that night or that day, so that I don't lose the idea of, like, you know, if I'm hearing an ad-lib that'll go here, that'll make the record climb a little higher. If I come back to it the next day, I might not be hearing it the same way. So try to, if you can, try to do it. And a way to do that is technology. The way it is now is like, all you have to have is a laptop and a mic. And if you know some people with the hookups, I'm sorry, Pro Tools, but if you know some people with the hookups, listen, I got Pro Tools. What's the newest version of Pro Tools? 9. I'm not computer savvy at all. I always have to have an engineer with me. But I have a full studio on my laptop. You don't even need an inbox anymore. All you have to do is have a mic and a laptop, and you can make a demo. Then you get somebody like Derek, you get somebody that knows what they're doing, you know, to tweak the record to make it sound radio ready. It doesn't cost the money it used to cost. It just, so there really is no excuse.
Cool. Thanks.
Last one.
Back here? Okay, I'm an MC as well, like Crossword, and you said you started off rapping. A lot of the topics that we're talking about now, I presume is R&B music, right? Have you ever tried to pitch 16 bars to somebody? How easy is that compared to I know, I mean, every MC wants to take credit for writing their own music, because that's part of the craft. But what avenues are there for somebody that's maybe looking to ghostwrite, and how easy is it? How hard is it?
Oh, you have
that more so comes from personal relationships, because that is a touchy subject. It's like going to a songwriter and saying, hey, you know, here's the song, you can take credit for it, in a sense. But if you have relationships like Drake did, like Drake way before he blew up was writing for Wayne and a bunch of ghost writing for a lot of these guys, and he had that relationship way back and was getting checks for writing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any like Clutch? Are there any groups like that, writing crews, as far as MCs go, that you know of at all?
No, that's a good idea though. No, still young. That's a good idea. That was my value.
I would suggest if you think you have something to give to another rapper, find some way to reach out to that person or them directly, and just speak your case. You never know. Some guys don't really write that well. So.
All MCs have had some lyrics. Beanie Siegel used to write stuff for Jay. Jay used to write stuff for Beanie. Beans is my man. I know this for a fact. It's like that's part of the business. You don't, just because you're a really great writer, that don't take away from the fact that if you need a certain thing and this dude has got it, you know, if they have it, you incorporate it with. So there is a job there for a lot of rappers are writing pop records. T.I. writes pop records. So, you know, melody is melody, man. And now that the line is so blurred between, you know, what, like, if you listen to some country records, they got some hip hop elements in there. The lines are so blurred now, it's like anybody can truly write anything. It's really about the relationship.
I know that we can sit here and ask questions all day and chill, and we will have opportunity to continue to do that, but we do need to get into the demo listening to get Balewa's and Derek's opinions, as well as my own. Derek made it on this panel, and we have another esteemed guest because at UMAC we always feel like we go to these conferences and seminars and workshops, and there are always a bunch of men sitting up here telling you what you want. But the most loyal buying public in the world is women. See, because women will go, she'll buy a CD and she'll get it for her homegirl, and one for her other homegirl, and one for her boyfriend, and one for the house. You will buy it, and all your homeboys will burn it. So with that said, we want to also introduce another member of our panel. It'll be coming up, Miss Eileen De La Cruz. Come on up. And we have lyric sheets here, so we got it in order. So, just so y'all know, I didn't just get the job as president of UMAC just because of my good looks. I've been working in the music industry, and I'm not afraid to talk about my numbers. I'm old. I've been working in the music industry as a professional for almost 26 years now. I started out, I used to do a commercial radio show during my lunch period in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. Then I come back to my 5th period English class. I loved it that much I skipped lunch. And I like food. But from a songwriting perspective, like, you know, I think everybody up here used to want to be somebody other than what they are right now. You know, I'm a b-boy at heart. I always will be, you know, but I used to rhyme. I definitely can't sing, but I love music. And when Balewa was talking about some of his influences, and when you listen to certain things, like I was trying to educate people like, you know, like a Bill Withers. And if you listen to this song called Can We Pretend, right? Just the first couple of lines of that song, I'm like, all right, it's time, it's over, I'm done. Can we pretend that from now on there is no yesterday? Paint a picture of tomorrow, with no colors from today, please. That's a wrap. That's incredible. That's incredible to me. So my love for songwriting and working with artists is, in my opinion, unparalleled because I work with UMAC and I do what I do for UMAC for no fee. And I've been doing that for almost over 3 years now, right? So Balewa was talking about if you do something for love and you play with skills, good things manifest. The skills come from educating yourself, from loving what you do, and then planning your work so you can work your plan. So that's who Will Strickland is. Y'all can clap.
Me, I'm just under him, or one of his little pleasures. I'm on the board of directors for UMAC as well. I'm the director of artist relations. I'm a producer, songwriter. I've been in Toronto, I'm based in Toronto, but I've traveled from New York to LA, and I work in the Caribbean a lot. I started traveling to New York, working with a lot of hip hop guys. I'm an R&B guy, but I do well with hip hop guys, just somehow. So I end up with records with him, doing Jaheim and that kind of soul, hardcore stuff. I've done stuff in LA. I used to program for Diane Warren. I used to program for D. Roche, Christina Aguilera stuff. Went all the way back. I was on the first Pokemon soundtrack.
25th Pokemon.
I'm dating myself.
He has it all up in his house.
I started partying when I was 13. So yeah, I started really young, and I knew what I wanted to do, and I went after it. As Balewa said, I used to jump in. Well, before I met him, I had a little Suzuki sidekick. I used to drive to New York every month. And then when I got cheddar, I got a bigger truck, and my truck actually made it to his house. But I still grind, and I still do what I got to do to get where I need to get to be with the people that are making records. I'm a producer. I love Toronto. I rep Toronto. I still live here. You know, my studio's here. and I'm not going anywhere, but I do go places to work. And I think with all of us that the industry is doable, and this is why I brought Balewa up to show, these guys are here, they love us, and even he was saying today, the industry overall is looking to Toronto, they're looking to Canada, so this outcome here shows that you guys are motivated. So and I'm glad that you guys came out. But thanks for coming.
Hi, my name is Eileen Del Cruz. I'm from Vancouver, BC. I started off playing the piano when I was 2 by ear. I started training classical piano, and at the age of 10, I always knew that I started exploring singing. So from 10 on, I started songwriting, and as I started to get into my teen years, I knew for a fact that I wanted to be a recording artist. Obviously, being Asian, Filipina, and growing up on urban R&B music, it's a difficult thing to cross over into. As I got older, I started to pursue more of the songwriting, and I did a lot of radio work, doing session singing for different studios, and I started singing a lot of backup, and then I got signed to a label, and the label that I was working with ended up getting busted for some of the stuff that they were doing. So yeah, so that happened, and during that time I was working a corporate job, and I was really unhappy and trying to decide between where it is that I'm going with my life. Do I pursue music and really put the grind in, or do I just keep doing shows and playing gigs and stuff like that and just sort of being content with that, which is okay too. During that time when the label folded, I ran into, I had known a gentleman from Toronto that's now based in Toronto, and he ended up signing me as a published songwriter. And that was a tough transition for me, coming from being an artist and then having to switch your role, being a writer. And for many of you who are dabbling into writing now, or sort of trying to explore that whole possibility, I had to really learn that when you're writing, you have to change your whole perspective. When you're, especially with what these guys are, with what we're doing, you can't. It's not about just writing songs for yourself. You have to start thinking about, why are these songs on the radio? What makes these songs successful? So, yeah, here I am. Came down to write with Derek, and we've had quite a few placements. I write on TV and film. And
yeah, tell us about some of those crazy placements. I can't remember. She flew in from Vancouver yesterday. She flies out tomorrow morning, just to give you an idea of a little bit of hustle.
Derek and I have written some songs. We've been on "The Kink in My Hair."
Mm-hmm.
We've had
everything, just in general.
Yeah, it's. So you think you can dance?
The stuff you told me in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. I've had one song that I wrote with a production team in Vancouver called "Let's Go," and that production team is called Hip Joint. And we've had 40 synchronizations, 40 TV and film placements on ABC, Fox Network, and some of those shows include Desperate Housewives, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
We're gonna see you in the parking lot, baby. Y'all make sure you get in contact with her if you haven't already.
Right.
And I didn't mean to cut you off. We're just so limited for time. We want to get through as many of these demos as we can. And the guy in the end, well, we don't want to talk about him. We already dealt with him. But we're gonna start off, and we want to thank all of the artists who submitted their music. It's a tough thing sometimes to have people kind of critiquing it, but we're gonna do a little bit different here. We're gonna play verse and hook, and what we want to do is ask for an opinion from the audience and get one opinion from one of the experts on the panel, so that you can get a rounded viewpoint of not only from a consumer or a fellow singer-songwriter standpoint, but from people who are doing it and placing these songs as well. And I think it will give you a good idea and gauge where you are right now as a singer-songwriter. So first up is my man Omari Parsons, and this one's called Silent Slang. Omari Parsons, Silent Slang.